Welcome to Brave Awareness. I'm Ron Powell McLean, meditation teacher, author, and poet, and someone who's done their fair share of surviving. This podcast isn't here to teach you how to fix yourself. It's here to remind you that you're not broken. These are spoken transmissions for modern minds, reflections, disruptions, and sacred interruptions. Let's begin. Ever feel like the world is just one big argument? Like everywhere you turn online, on the news, even in your own head, someone's shouting what's right, what's wrong, who's to blame, what you should think or feel or do. It's quite frankly exhausting, and it's constant. And in the middle of all that noise, sometimes you just want truth, not spin. Something clear, grounded, unbiased. That's why this moment caught me. I caught a rare appearance of Connie Chung last night on a CNN panel. She was reflecting on the Broadway adaptation of Good Night and Good Luck, starring George Clooney. It's the story of Edward R. Murrow, the journalist who famously stood up to McCarthyism with a kind of spine we don't see much anymore. Connie said something simple and devastating, that news used to be about facts. Now it's mostly opinion. And I sat there thinking that this is not just about journalism. It's also about consciousness. It's about how we process the world around us. We often confuse opinion with truth, and the cost of that confusion is enormous. Opinions aren't facts. They're emotionally charged stories shaped by fear, identity, and conditioning. And when we treat them as truth, we don't just get things wrong, we create harm. That's how hatred spreads. That's how racism justifies itself. And how inequality gets protected by opinions that sound like facts, but are really just fear dressed up as certainty. So when Connie said, news used to be about facts, what I heard was, we used to know the difference between what's real and what we've been told to feel about it. Somewhere along the way, we forgot how to be with a fact without forming a hot take about it. We lost the skill, or maybe the willingness, to be present with truth without needing to love it, hate it, defend it, or even tear it down. And that's what I want to talk about today. Neutrality. The third way we often miss, beyond liking or disliking, beyond praise or blame, a quiet space where wisdom actually lives. It's always on. We just don't tune into it that often. So, most people live their lives flipping between two channels, the positive and the negative. We chase one and run from the other. We want praise, joy, ease, and we often avoid discomfort, conflict, and fear. But there is a third channel, the neutral channel. And the neutral channel isn't apathy. It's being without opinion. It's the quiet signal of reality, just being what it is. Without grasping, without clinging, without resisting, without needing to label anything as bad or good. It's not checked out. It's actually radically awake. It's not passive. It's deeply present. And the more we learn to recognize it, the more we can stop reacting to every high and low. We start living in awareness, not in opinion. You see, wisdom doesn't come from being on the right side of the argument. It comes from seeing clearly, all sides. It comes from knowing where you're standing, what lens you're looking through, and what's shaping your reaction. Radical neutrality is what allows you to notice your position, your bias, your emotional charge without getting hijacked by it. It lets you stand in the middle of a storm and know which winds are yours and which are just weather. And weather, like karma, is cause and effect. It doesn't need your judgment, just your awareness. When you stop reacting to every gust, you start recognizing what's actually yours to carry and what was never personal to begin with. And from that space, that quiet, grounded, radically neutral awareness, action becomes clearer. Not reaction, not criticism, not damnation, but wise action, responsive, compassionate, appropriate to the moment. So here's the invitation. Simple but not easy. The next time you feel pulled to react, defend, argue, explain, or prove, I want you to pause. Notice what channel you're tuned into. Ask yourself, is this joy? Is this pain? Or is there a third frequency I've been ignoring? And then listen for it. The neutral signal. The one that doesn't demand agreement or resistance. The one that doesn't need you to be right, just real. That's where wisdom lives. That's where brave action begins. Because awareness, clear, neutral, steady awareness, is what lets you see without judgment and move without fear. You don't have to silence the noise. You just have to stop letting it choose your station. Stay awake, stay steady. That's the frequency of brave awareness. And remember, you're in control of what you tune into. Brave awareness is a lighthouse in the storm, not there to fix the weather, but to help you see clearly. And when we stand in that light, we remember wisdom and compassion are the two wings that let us respond, not react. And together, they make flight possible. If this opened something for you, stay close. You can subscribe, share it, or just sit with what stirred. Brave awareness isn't a destination, it's a return. I'll meet you there again soon.